What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Cracka, which is comics, reviews, awesome movies, comedy, and something else I think kicks ass. Got tongue-tied again. But anyway, we're continuing the Uncanny X-Men long box that I had. We're pretty much almost done. So let's get to it. Number 314 was the next one. This is where Emma Frost, they took her prisoner, but she wakes up from a coma or something. Number 315. This is where Colossus joins the occults, or runs away from the occults, whatever. Acolytes, or whatever the hell they're called, occults, acolytes, whatever, same stuff. Cannot talk today, can't function, but doing my best. This is Uncanny X-Men number 318, where Jubilee leaves and joins Generation X. Pretty big jump, number 337. It's part of the Heroes Reborn. This is when they were getting ready to do like the relaunch for stuff. Number 349. First appearance of Maggot, which is an interesting character. He didn't last too long. Number 350, with an awesome cover with Gambit. It's basically his trial, because the X-Men, one of the guys, the clone of Magneto, Joseph, I think he was called, knows about Gambit's past and how he helped the Morlocks, the Marauders kill the Morlocks, and basically resulted in Angel losing his wings and all this stuff. And so basically he holds a trial for Gambit, and they find him guilty, and the X-Men kind of kick him out. But moving on, number 352. Snakes on a plane. No, I'm kidding. They are on a plane though, but no snakes. Number 353. Basically, Rogue kind of snaps a little bit and starts absorbing everyone's powers. Because she says she must. She doesn't know why, but she must. Number 365. This has to do with Colossus' sister coming back from the dead, kind of thing. Let's see, number 368, which was a really awesome issue, and it's a really cool cover. This actually had Wolverine, basically Magneto was getting ready to take over Genosha, or they just gave him Genosha or something like that. And Wolverine just kind of flips out, and in this issue he just keeps running Danger Room sequences where he's constantly killing Magneto in certain ways. And then Professor Xavier kind of steps in and gets pissed off. He's like, you can't be doing this. You've been doing this for like weeks. You just the same Danger Room sequence or whatever over and over again. And I think it might have been Kitty Pryde, but one of them. And I think it was Kitty Pryde. She turns around and alters the parameters, so it kind of makes it more of like a random factor, and Magneto actually winds up kicking the crap out of, the fake version of Magneto kicks the crap out of Wolverine. And I think it was Shadowcat. She was saying, I'm just here to prove a point, and you can't keep doing it. And Wolverine just kind of snaps and says, "Up yours," and goes back on his business. Good issue though, very cool issue. If you like reading the X-Men, that's definitely one to pick up. This is number 370. This is basically a thing with the Skrulls, where the real Wolverine gets captured, and they replace him with a Skrull. Number 374. Number 375. Wolverine gets killed, and Xavier wants to know why, so he starts an autopsy, because he couldn't figure out how Wolverine could possibly have gotten killed by a stab wound, and they find out that it's a Skrull, which turns into the Age of Apocalypse. Oh man, wow, they all went down. Number 376. Apocalypse to 12. Age of Apocalypse, well, same stuff. Well, actually, no, it was a different one, I'm sorry. Anyway, basically there's supposed to be like these 12 most powerful mutants in the world, or something like that, and Apocalypse is trying to figure out who they are and control them and all that stuff. Alright, well, this stuff looks like it got a little messed up, so you have to bear with me, because they all went boom. 1 second. Alright, let's try this again. Number 377. Apocalypse the 12. Number 378 is the Age of Apocalypse, which, as you can see, it's the old X-Men but different, as they have Storm and Gambit besides Jean Grey, Beast, and Iceman. Basically, after Apocalypse finds the 12, he tries to remake everything. Number 380, which I do have a couple copies of. I believe it's the High Evolutionary and Mr. Sinister or something like that. They put something up over the Earth that takes away mutant powers, so Wolverine's starting to die because he's getting adamantium poisoning. And this one, actually, it's sealed. It was never opened. As you can see, it's still got the bag, but I was able to put it in a board. So I got 2 of those. Number 391 is basically when the X-Men movie was doing so well in the theaters, the first one, that they changed their costumes to all black to mimic the movie. Moving on to 392 with North Star. And I got, what's this one? This one is number 394. Wolverine's going after Jean again. This is number, what is this one? Number 3. These kind of sucked with numbers because you couldn't see them all that well. Oh, there we go, number 396 on the bottom. Interesting cover, though. Then there's quite a jump to number 423, where they have another set of new costumes. Only a quarter. They were doing a little bit of a rollback, which was awesome. For 25 cents. Couldn't beat that. Number 430, which is the new costume of the Juggernaut, which wasn't too bad. Looks kind of like Bullet Bill, though, from Mario Brothers. Number 435, which is the Trial of the Juggernaut, which was pretty cool. It actually had She-Hulk in it. Just gonna put it flat. Number 437, Juggernaut joins the team, the X-Men. Didn't see that coming. Number 438, which there's not Angel, it's a different guy, a different X-Men. One of their newer recruits. Number 439. As you can see, Archangel has his wings back. Interesting. Number 453. $4.59. Sorry, I'm kind of going. I'm just trying to get through these pretty quickly so I don't waste everyone's time with long out things like I just did. But number 460. Figured I'd try to get this episode and get it done with the box. It's number 469. $4.75. This is with the Shi'ar Empire. Another weird storyline. But there was a guy called Vulcan, which apparently is the long-lost brother of Havoc and Cyclops. Which originally everyone thought Gambit was his brother. Because if you do read the Uncanny X-Men 266, which is the first appearance of Gambit, when he first came out, he didn't use cards. I forgot to mention this in the other video, but everybody knows him that he charges up cards to his hands and blows stuff up with that. But in the there we go, a little picture of Gambit. Let's do that as I tell you. But in the original, his first appearance, he actually shot. As you can actually see it on this, it's kind of going around. But he actually shot energy from his eyes into an object and then charged it that way, and then would throw it and explode. But his first thing of weapons that he used were throwing spikes. Before he switched to cards. I guess he figured cards had more in the deck, so and they're easier to carry, and you won't get in trouble if you have a pack of cards on you. Now, what are they going to do? But so because he used to shoot energy out of his eyes, everyone thought he was related to Cyclops and Havoc and stuff like that. But he actually, as far as I know, isn't. But moving on to number 476 with Warpath. This is the guy, number 477. This is Vulcan, who who apparently is one of the brothers of Cyclops and Havoc, who winds up dying, I think, anyway. Number 478. 479. I'm just kind of dropping them back in the thing because it's going to be easier to fix them later. Number 480. Vulcan, as you can see, is extremely powerful and kicks the crap out of the Gladiator. Number 500, where the X-Men moved to San Francisco instead of New York, and begins the Manifest Destiny. Number 503, which is pretty cool. The Dark and White Queen. Queen cannot talk. Number 507 with Colossus. We got number 543 where Colossus, I've shown this before, but Colossus becomes the new Juggernaut, which, like I said, he was overpowered before, but now he's really overpowered. But it's cool because it's two really cool characters. Moving on to Astonishing X-Men. This is number 1. Got number 5. And number 6. This is when Colossus comes back to life from the Uncanny X-Men where he was killed. And I showed you that the cover where Kitty Pryde was spreading his ashes. She's in some kind of government facility and finds the real Colossus in there. Apparently he didn't die, and somebody kidnapped him and they made it look like he died. This is number 8. Number 9. Number 10. Weird cover. Number 16. Number 17, where apparently Wolverine's afraid. Very interesting cover. Number 22, this is a variant edition. Number 27. And number 50. And number 51, which is one of those milestones because it's a gay marriage between Northstar and his fiance, boyfriend, new husband. But it's the first time, I've said it before, but it's the first time they actually had a gay marriage, and especially on the cover and everything. So good for them. Marvel's the first people to put it out, first company. Moving on to Ultimate X-Men, which I do not have number 1. Unfortunately, when they came out, I had to pick between Ultimate Spider-Man number 1 and Ultimate X-Men, and I chose Spider-Man. But here's number 2. Number 11. Number 13, the first appearance of Ultimate Gambit. Number 14. Big jump to number 35. Number 39. Number 40. Number 42. Another big jump to number 53. Number 59. I think that's Storm. Yep, Storm. Number 60 with Lady Deathstrike. Another jump to number 74. Ooh. Let's take the rest of them out the hell with it. Bear with me again. Technical difficulties. Anyway, gonna try it this way. Number 82. This is the March on the Ultimatum. Man, I cannot talk today. Ultimatum, number 97. Damn, I think I've done too many episodes, so I'm out of it. This is the Ultimate X-Men Annual, which is next. Number 1. And number 2, which I believe I don't know if that's Jubilee or, I think it's Jubilee. Could be wrong. Haven't read them in forever. This is X-Men. This is one of the free comics they gave away, The Second Coming, with Hope. This is the first issue of it. Then moving on to another thing, the Exiles. This is number 35. Generation X. This is Deluxe, which I have no idea what the hell number this one is. But anyway. What a freaky looking version of Marrow. Let's see, and then we got Agents of Apocalypse, the 10th anniversary. Number 1. Very cool. And this is number 1 of 6. I guess that one was a one-shot. This was a one-shot. This is the number 1 of the limited series. Then moving on to the House of M. This is number 1. And I have multiple copies of that, as you can see. We got number 2. Skip to number 5. Number 8. Which Wolverine's basically getting ready to kill Magneto. Which is what it kind of circulated around. Obviously the House of M, the House of Magneto. Then this is another one-shot, the House of M, the day after. Where basically the Scarlet Witch is pretty, in the House of M, she kind of just fed up with everything, the way things are going, and she says no more mutants, and her mutant power kind of made it so all the mutants, they kind of had like one hell of a, like an over, back when this came out actually, it was like an overkill of mutants, like they had so many like X-Men and mutant characters, and I guess Marvel figured, you know, this is getting a little ridiculous, so how can we weed them all out, and that's how you do it. Moving on to X4, which was X-Men versus the Fantastic Four. This is number 1. Very interesting. And of course I have multiple copies of that. We got number 2. Which it looks like Wolverine's got Mr. Fantastic powers. Stretchy Wolverine, that makes him really deadly. Number 3. And last but not least, number 5. And as you can see, that has emptied out my entire X-Men long box. I do have many more boxes to go. I have a long box of Wolverine, X-Factor, X-Force, stuff like that. So I might continue with those. Then again, I might not. Who knows? Might just grab a random box and start that way. But who knows? You got to come back and see in the next episode. So, like I always say to everybody, if you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe, comments. I love comments. If you saw something that I said that was wrong, like if I got the wrong first appearance, let me know. Always trying to learn. So the more you can learn, the better off you are. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode. Later.